What's up? So here I have a bike from a company called Rundeer who makes electric bikes. In this bike, this is the Hummer, as they call it on the box. So we're gonna be assembling this bike, get it put together. I'll have a link down in the description box down below for this bike. But we gotta start off with getting it assembled so we can try this thing out. So not a whole lot in the box, which means not a whole lot of assembly, so that's good. So it looks like we have the main part of the bike. Looks like we have the front tire, we've got the seat, and then we've got some other components in these boxes that we'll get open too. So this one comes in the box. We also have this piece here. The only thing that had me a little bit concerned is there's this other thing. It looks like a cap or some sort. So hopefully it's nothing important that broke off or something, but we'll see if that goes to something important or not. All right, so let's repurpose some of this padding here for a little soft cushioning for the knees here on this concrete floor. So we'll get into these boxes first. Probably one of these boxes might have like instructions or something else that we need, so we'll get into these guys. So we've got some tools, more tools, more tools. Comes with some pretty good tools. Those are tools you probably keep and reuse for stuff. A wrench too. Man, they might come with everything that you need. You know, no tools required possibly. It's like a charger probably for the battery pack. It's like pedals. And that's it for this box. Let's see what we got in this one now. This box looks like we have the battery, and it also comes with some keys. Now we gotta assemble it, which doesn't look like there's too much to assemble, so that's good. Now there is not any instructions in here, unless they're wrapped up inside of here. So hopefully either they're wrapped up inside of here, or it's just not that hard to put together. Maybe it's not that hard to put together.
So it does not come with instructions, but it is very easy to put together and easy to figure out. You can get the instructions from their website though. Available on their website, they have the whole manual for the bike and how everything works and everything involved with the bike, including the instructions as far as how to put it together. But it is pretty simple to kind of figure it out as far as where pieces go, how they connect, how to tighten it down. The really nice thing is that all the tools come with the box. So everything you need to assemble the bike, you got it in the box that comes with it. I did not have to use any of my own tools as everything was already available inside the box. So it was actually fairly simple to put together.
Whew. All right, assembled, I believe. The hardest thing I definitely will say was the pedals. Maybe that's on me, I don't know. I was just having a hell of a time trying to get the pedals to thread through there and then tighten it up without the thing moving, because it's moving and you're trying to hold on to it. So that was the most challenging. So that's not that bad though. I mean, everything else was fairly simple, given that there was no instructions in here, unless there was some reason I just missed it. I don't know, but without instructions, it was pretty easy. The hardest thing was just trying to get those pedals to thread through there. Other than that, pretty easy to assemble. So I believe the only thing that's left is to insert the battery, which I believe goes into here. There's a latch on this side that will unlatch it, I believe, and that'll get me into the other side, I think. Got a little holder here. What's this little? I got a port right here on the side for you to plug it in, I think, without having to take the battery out every single time. So that's nice. All right, so I think you unlatch this, and that opens. Now this, oh yeah, and this guy swings open. Let's see here. The easiest way to swing this thing open is this, I guess. I got a lot of junk in the way, but. All right, so we got it open here. We got some connectors right here, which I'm assuming probably line up with these connectors that are right over there. So we'll get this lined up and get slid up into here.
Now the battery just slides into place, and at this point I did not realize that you actually use the keys to lock it into place. I was trying to get it to click or something. It does not, but that's what you use the keys for. The keys will actually allow you to lock it in place so that way it can't fall out and can't be stolen and taken out of the bike. So after a few days, I was able to get the bike out on the road to ride it around, check it out. I took it on a nice bike trail near where I live to really kind of test, how this bike can ride, through some trails, for a long distance. Now, you might be curious about the range of the battery. How long will this battery last? Now, the other key thing to note is that even if the battery dies, you can still use it as a regular bike. But let's first talk about the battery function of it and the range for this bike. It is estimated that somewhere between 45 miles and 60 miles on a full charge. So that is also going to depend on a lot of hills or downhills or whatever the case is, as of course it's going to use more of that battery energy if you have to go uphill and has to work harder compared to if you're on flat surface or going downhills. So probably to get the maximum amount of range is going to depend on really how many hills you have to climb and how hard is that motor going to have to work to get you to the speeds that you're trying to reach. In the center of the handlebars, you have a display that'll tell you how fast you're going, tells you the battery percentage, tells you how many miles you've gone, all sorts of functionality inside of there. So you do have different modes that you can have the bike in. If you have it in mode 0 or you have the bike off, you can still use it as a normal bike. On the right hand side of the handlebars, there is a 7-speed selector to allow you to shift different gears just like you would with a mountain bike. That way, if you have to go up a hill or you need to increase the intensity of the pedaling, then you can change the different gears to allow you to do what you need to do when you're not using the electric motor. Now on the left-hand side is where you have the selector switches to move the arrows up or down, as well as a mode button in the middle to be able to turn the bike on or turn the bike off, as well as to select to be able to change the odometer from seeing the total mileage on the bike compared to the trip mileage and all sorts of stuff like that.
Now with this bike, it can do electric, but it also can just do normal too. You can change the mode. There's like mode 0 through 5 that changes how fast the electric motor can go, and you can put it on 0 and just simply just pedal, so it doesn't have to be always using the electricity part of it, especially if the battery dies or whatever, you didn't get a chance to charge it, then you can still pedal, right? You can still have that functionality. It does have pedal assist, so like right now, I'm currently pedaling, and it still engages the electric motor, so I'm pedaling a little bit, and it's kind of, bringing me up to the speed based on the mode that I currently have it on, which right now I just have it on 1 because I'm just cruising right now.
So as you start to pedal, let's say you're in mode 1. As you start to pedal, it's going to bring you up to the max speed of mode 1, which is roughly probably a little bit under 10 miles an hour. If you choose not to pedal, then you can use that accelerator on the right-hand side to crank it all the way up and bring up to the max speed of whatever that mode is. So if you bring it all the way up to mode 5, then your max speed is roughly estimated at roughly around 28 miles per hour. But in the testing that I personally did, it seemed a little difficult to get up that high. It was pretty easy to get up to about 23, 25, but past 25, you had to have the right conditions to be able to get up to speeds past 25. Now, when you are in mode 1 through 5 and you're pedaling, it's super simple to pedal. It's as if you're on the easiest pedaling gear to be able to pedal, so it doesn't matter if you're going uphill or on a flat surface or going downhill. The pedaling friction is exactly the same when you're in modes 1 through 5. It's only when you're in mode 0 or the bike is off that it actually utilizes those 7 gears to change how much friction you have when you're trying to pedal.
With it being an electric bike, it does have disc brakes, so not like your common brakes you would have like on some bikes. So it does have better brakes than like your normal mountain bike would have.
As you probably saw earlier, the bike does fold in half, so you do have the convenience to be able to fold it in half, take the handlebars off, take the seat off, put it inside of a trunk of a car, in a closet, maybe even under a bed in some cases, but it does fold up nice and conveniently. It is still roughly about 66 pounds, so for some people that may be really light, some people may be a little heavy, but it's not like a super light bike. So 66 pounds is roughly how much it weighs for the total weight of it. I guess no matter if it's folded or unfolded, it's gonna have that same weight.
I have been having a blast on this bike. It's really fun. I like how rugged it looks. It looks cooler than your normal mountain bike type of thing. It looks beefier, a little bit more like almost like a monster truck of a bike type of thing. It's fun just using the electric motor and just cruising around and riding around. I can use it if I want to as a regular bike and get some exercise, but so far I've really just been having fun with the electric part of it, since that's the most newest thing to me. I've never had an electric bike. I've always just had regular bikes, so I've been taking full advantage of the electric part of this particular bike. I do actually have a promo code for this bike, so if you are interested in this bike, down in the description box down below, I have a link to the website. You can also utilize the promo code Christopher Chaos and get 10% off of the bike if you wish to do so. So check that out. The bike runs for roughly around $1,000, but if you use that promo code, you can get a little bit more off. So let me know what you think down in the comment section down below. Is this something you're interested in? Is this something you could see yourself riding around in? I did find myself a few times while passing other people on regular bikes to start pedaling, even though I didn't really have to, just to not make it look like I'm super lazy type of thing. But nonetheless, I had a great time on this bike. So let me know what you think of it though in the comment section down below. If you want to check out another one of my videos, I got a video right here that you can check out. Thanks for watching. I'm Christopher Chaos. See you next time.